obviously, Bobby, the Lakers make this huge splash with LeBron. And Chris Haynes also reporting that L.A. agreed to free agent deals with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee. So where does all of that leave the idea of a move for Kawhi Leonard?
Well, Greeny, I think it makes it extremely challenging. It would have to take San Antonio to cooperate, and we've seen through this process that they are, unless they get the right deal. When you look at the Lakers right now, if they were to time their contracts right, they could potentially put a package of Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, or Josh Hart, but you would have to put that Julius Randle contract in there in a sign-and trade, and that would take Randall's camp to cooperate there, and also San Antonio to take Randall back. So I think it's unlikely. I think there's a lot of challenges. Before the LeBron signing, the thought process was that Kawhi would have been taking into cap space. And now, because of the LeBron signing, the Kentavious Caldwell-Pope signing, the Lakers do not have the cap space. And that Luol Deng contract is basically untradeable. I don't think we should even consider about putting Deng in a possible deal right now.
All right, so take it to the table here, Bobby. Hang on with us for just a second. You were doing all sorts of things over here.
Like, you put that deal on the table, and the Spurs go,
boom.
Nope.
They're not interested at all.
Not doing
because
that.
It's the Lakers or because there's a better deal out there for them?
Both. But I also think that those pieces are not enough to trade Kawhi Leonard away. And granted, I understand next year he's leaving, he's going wherever he wants, probably the Lakers. But that being said, fine, then make it a little more difficult. Do not give him to the Lakers, which clearly now that LeBron is 100% there, is about to be a super team. Send him east.
In the NBA, nothing is more transformational than having a game-changing player. Kawhi Leonard is that. Whatever list you're putting together, he's going to be in the top 3. And Kuzma's a really nice young talent. So is Brandon Ingram. Randall has shown that he's going to have a long, productive career. But if that's what you're telling me on the other end of the phone, I'm hanging up on you so fast that our relationship will never be the same.
Well, but so I mean,
awkward
for anyone, including Bobby, who's within the sound of my voice. What's a better deal that's out there for them right now? What's Philly offering them?
Tatum.
For a 1 year. Is Boston putting Jason Tatum in a deal for a guy who could leave in 1 year?
All I know is this. If I'm San Antonio, I'm not trading Kawhi Leonard unless I got all-star level, game-changing, future, perennial all-star type of talent.
Preach.
Well, let me hear from Bobby on that. Bobby, because, I mean, you know the circumstances here. Again, Kawhi Leonard has told the world he wants to go to L.A. Now, Paul George did the same thing a year ago, and he wound up staying in Oklahoma City, so you never know. But could you see the Celtics putting Jason Tatum in a deal for Kawhi Leonard if he could just up and leave in 1 year?
No, I don't even see them putting Jaylen Brown in a deal for Kawhi Leonard. I think if you're Boston, if you're Danny Ainge, you're looking at Terry Rozier, Marcus Morris, probably all their 4 first-round picks they have in 2019, and then figure out how to get the money work. Tatum, Greeny, he's untouchable right now, unless you're trying to get Anthony Davis. And I think for Philadelphia, Markelle Fultz right now is not on the table. They've made it pretty clear that Fultz, Embiid, and Simmons would not be in any trade. So, Michelle, I mean, the question for you is, would you take Robert Covington and Dario Saric and a draft pick for Kawhi Leonard? And I would say probably not if I'm San Antonio. And I think this is why this is going to be a long process for Kawhi Leonard.
What do you think, Beads?
Oh, yeah, and some patio furniture and a sandwich. Like, what are we doing? No, of course not. Not taking any of that. That's awful.
If you're the San Antonio Spurs, there's no reason to rush or to panic. And they've done a terrific job of being patient, being diligent, developing talent, and not making knee-jerk decisions. I don't anticipate that happening here. And the deals that I'm hearing now for Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, that won't get it done. So that creates a stalemate until people see how healthy he is, how productive he could be, and is somebody going to do the Sam Presti roll of the dice? I would. I talked about this when Sam Presti first did it. If I'm a team that's on a fringe, like a Philadelphia, I'll do whatever I can to try to get Kawhi Leonard and hope that once he starts to play with me, he's not going to want to be the kind of player that plays for 3 teams in 3 years. Guys don't want to do that.
Can I play devil's advocate for a minute? The history of teams that lose superstars and get basically nothing in return is not a pretty history, right? The Orlando Magic, from the time Dwight Howard left, have they even been in the NBA? With Cleveland, when LeBron James left, were the worst team in the sport. They got incredibly lucky that it's his hometown, so he came back to win a championship for them. You lose these guys for nothing, you fall off the face of the earth.
True story. That's why you got to take your time before you move Kawhi Leonard.
But you can't take a chance on losing him for nothing. At some point, you got to say, this is the best deal I'm going to get. I'm going to make it.
But that best deal ain't July 1st.
Right.
That deal could be January 15th. It could be in the trade deadline. Once Kawhi Leonard shows he's healthy, dominant, the deal's going to change. That's how this works. People haven't seen him. The first thing Bobby said was what? They don't know his health, how healthy he's going to be.
Right.
That he has to get back out on the floor so you can maximize his trade potential.
And I think the Spurs know that. Look, that if he wanted to go to the Lakers before, and now LeBron's there, of course he's going to want to go to the Lakers even more than ever. So fine, that is what you're dealing with at the end of the tunnel. But before you even get to that, you're right. There's no need to panic. You're not taking one of these lesser lists, no offense, of people because you feel like you have to. That's not the Spurs way. Maybe trade deadline is when something gets done and you actually get something in return because they start to feel it. But it is interesting to me that he wants to go to the Lakers, and now LeBron's just gone to the Lakers, and that team has become that much more enticing. But I also don't think the Spurs are going to do anything stupid.
But also, Paul George is a perfect example. And I know we don't have enough time to get into this, but why
We do.
Fans and media get so blinded by thinking everybody wants to play in a large market.
This was big.
It's not about the market. It's about the personalities of the people that play in those markets. Magic Johnson is who he is wherever he plays basketball because he's a larger-than-life personality. Just because you go to New York or go to LA, that doesn't now unlock your superstardom. And that's an archaic thinking that a lot of people still have.
Well, look,
and Paul George just demonstrated that by not
surprising.
even interviewing with the Lakers, a California kid, even though they were still getting LeBron James to come play with them.